brand new something close to me.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another installment of No Money March. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos and the blog posts already up. As you can see, I'm not wearing any makeup today because I thought it would be fun to film me getting ready for you guys, otherwise known as a tutorial. But you guys know the drill for No Money March already. Drugstore and affordable products on my face. Let's do this. So for today's look, I think I'm going to go for a sepia eye. So I want to keep the skin looking really nice and fresh. And I have this new foundation from L'Oreal that I have been using lately. You would have seen it in some of my other videos, like my Valentine's Day one. And this one is the True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. And I love this thing so much. I think it gives such a nice natural glow to the skin. So it's basically a compact, and you open it up and you have a sponge in there soaked in foundation. So I'm just going to take my wet Real Techniques Miracle Sponge and dip that in there and pat it onto my face. So I'm just going to bounce the sponge all over my face. If you want a little bit of a lighter coverage, you can drag and wipe the sponge. But I want to be very glowy today, so I'm just going to pack it on. So I'm just blending my foundation all the way around my face, making sure I do the neck as well. I'm really happy with the coverage of this foundation. I feel like it layers well and it doesn't really cake. So my under eyes are looking a little bit dark today, so I'm going to be using this Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, and I'm just going to twist it up and just apply it underneath my eye. And again, I'm taking that sponge and gently bouncing it underneath my eye to blend it into my foundation. I find that this concealer is a little bit pink for me, but if you have really dark circles that are quite yellow, this would be perfect for you. So I found this really cool product from NYX, and it is called the Wonder Stick, and it is basically a stick that has a highlight on one side and a contour on the other. So I'm going to be using this today. I have it in the shade Light. They do also have a universal one, but if I'm going to do contour, I don't want an orangey shade, so I opted for the light version. So I'm just taking the highlight and I am just going to highlight the areas that I want to be a little bit brighter. So I'm going to do my forehead, down my nose, and on my chin. And why not on my cupid's bow as well. And again, I'm going to be using my sponge to blend that in. Now if you notice, my lips are a little bit pink today. I don't actually have anything on it aside from a lip balm, but the reason why they're so bright pink today is because I was testing out some liquid lipsticks, and I tried on more than one shade, so they're a little bit red and sore. But it won't affect this look today. So now that I blended that in, I'm going to take the contour side, which I've loved dearly, as you can tell. I've been using this every single day since I got it, and it is just so easy. I'm just going to start layering my contour. So I'm starting at the base of my ear and going down along my cheekbone. And I'm just blending that in with my sponge again. I don't want anything too harsh, so I'm blending it and layering it to try and get this natural shadow. I always like starting at my hairline and drawing away from it right underneath my bone, and then you get this natural shadow. So I'm just going to do that on the other side as well. I really hope that NYX does this contour stick in a single as well, because I'm gonna need it. This is an amazing product. I don't know how I would do these drugstore looks without this. So I'm also going to take this stick along my jawline, like that, and across my forehead. Trying to dab that into my hairline. That is now a base for my other powder products that I want to apply. So I have here the NYC Sunny Bronzer, and I also want to layer it with this NYX blush in taupe. Oh my god, I am so in love with this. But I'm going to start with the Sunny Bronzer. So lately I've been trying to mix and layer some of my makeup products, high-end and drugstore, and so far I am really liking it. I find that I really like using that taupe blush from NYX with my Hoola bronzer, but obviously I can't use it in this tutorial because it is all Drugstore. But I find that mixing it with that cream contour from NYX and this Sunny Bronzer, I get this really, really nice dimension to my face. So I'm just putting it over top of where I put the cream contour, and I'm taking any excess on the center of my face. I find that this alone is a little bit too orange for me, so I like using it in conjunction with some other ones. So now you can kind of see what the layering effect does. And then I'm going to take this taupe blush from NYX on a contour brush, and I'm just going to get right into my hairline. Just kind of defining that contour a little bit. I find that this is a really nice contour shade for people with really, really pale skin. If you have a yellow undertone, it might be a little bit more difficult to pull off because this is quite a gray blush. But for my pale skin peoples, this one could be it. And I'm also going to take the same product on the multitask brush that I used for the last product, and I'm just going to add it as a blush on my cheekbones. So I'm going to come back to highlight later after I finish the rest of my face, but right now I'm going to go into brows. Now this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I've been using this for the past couple of weeks, and I have it in the shade Ash Brown, and I find it very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but obviously because it is drugstore prices, it is really, really good value for money. The shade range is a little bit smaller than the Anastasia. The Anastasia one that I have is actually in ebony to match my natural hair color, but I chose this ash brown color to match the hair color that I have right now, which is kind of like a warmy brown. So it works right now. I might have to go back and look to see if they have one that matches my hair perfectly. But I'm just drawing in some small lines to mimic hairs on my brows and just filling them in where I need them. I'm just extending my little tail end there, and then I'm going to brush them out. So I'm brushing it out with the spoolie that they have here, but then I'm also going to go in with another product, and this is the Maybelline Brow Drama. I had this for so long. I think this product works really well with the NYX product, and I'm just going to run that through my brows to seal everything and to give me a little bit more definition. So this is where I'm going to introduce the sepia trend. So I'm going to kind of go for like a reddy, browny, orangey look. So I'm going to start with a Maybelline Color Tattoo Leather, and this is in the shade Creamy Beige. It is really, really nice. I believe it is a dupe for a MAC paint pot. So I'm just taking my brush in there, and I'm going to put this on top of my entire lid. So I'm taking this almost all the way up to my brow, and I'm blending as I go. This is going to act as a base for the eyeshadows, so they stick nicely. So I've been looking a lot at some drugstore eyeshadow palettes, and I found this one in my stash from Sleek that I haven't used in so long. This is their Storm palette, and I think these colors are so pretty. Let me just take out the brush in there. I think these colors are so pretty. I'm probably going to go for some of the brownie matte shades in here. So this one and this one, and God, I just totally forgot about this palette. I am so excited to use it. So I'm going to go in with this matte medium brown shade, tap off the excess, and I'm going to try and create a different shape with my eye than I normally would. So what I'm going to do, instead of going straight into the crease and kind of creating that round effect that I always do, I'm going to try and go right at the very top of my crease and create kind of like a horizontal line. I'm going to try and elongate my eye a little bit. So I'm going in with the shade, and I'm trying to find the very top curve of my crease, and I'm just going to create a straight line underneath my brow. And I'm just going to extend that line until I reach my tail end of my brow. And when I do reach my brow, I'm going to take that back and kind of make almost like a wing. So I'm kind of creating this wing shape without doing wing liner. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm not going to be taking it all the way to my inner corner. I want to leave that quite light. So you can kind of see that definition there, but I think I'm going to mix these two burgundy and pink shades. Don't worry, they're not going to come out reddy tones. This is just going to add a little bit more depth to this brown look. So dipping into both, I am just going over that line and kind of deepening it a little bit and taking it back down to the lash line. So that is kind of the shape that I'm going for. Nothing too precise. I'm going to blend it like crazy later. But I think I'm going to go in with this darker matte brown shade, and I'm going to try and get this horizontal line a little bit more defined. Take that dark brown shade again and do it underneath my eyes. So this look is feeling a little bit too warm for me, so I'm going to go back in with my NYX blush. And I'm just going to put that as well on top of this other eyeshadow. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit with my Miracle Sponge if I have any extra fallout, but I think I'm okay. I'm now going to mix a little bit of this dark brown and this black, and it's going to act as a liner. So I have this on an angled brush, and I'm just going to press it into my lash line. And I'm just going to smudge it in. Again, not being too precise because we're going to blend it out a little bit. And I'm also going to take that underneath my eye as well, just to connect it only halfway. And again, going with that blending brush that I had before, I'm just going to lightly buff that. And I'm also going to lightly buff this liner in and up into the shadow. So it's kind of like this soft, smoky sepia look. So I think that is it for the eyeshadow. I'm now going to put on my lashes. This is the Maybelline The Falsies Push-Up Drama. I love this mascara so much. It always gives me a lot of volume and a lot of curl. It gives me quite a bit of length too, which I love. I was going to use a brown mascara, but you know, black mascara is a weakness of mine, so... Before I finish off with lips, I'm going to be using this highlighter, and it is from the L'Oreal True Match Lumi range again, and I'm just taking that on my contour brush, swirling in all of the colors, and I'm just going to add that as a highlight on top of my cheekbones. So the color of my lips currently does not match this look, so I'm going to go in with my new favorite lippy. This is from Maybelline, and it is called Untainted Spice. This is just the perfect brownie lipstick ever. It is so soft on your lips, and it just feels amazing. So I'm just going to apply that. So this is my final sepia look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little brown, a slight touch of reddy toned, and a really nice deep brown lip. I'm really liking this look. The bronzer contouring kind of layering system really worked. It just looks so nice and so natural. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There are many more to come in No Money March. Again, I have all of my blog posts down below. I think that is it for me today, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I brought you something close to me, left with something new. See through your hair.